right, protect yourself at all times. We are on it. Here we go. Ron Futrell with the latest edition of the Vegas Sportscast. Tuesday morning, we got you going here. Vegas Golden Knights tonight, NFL playoffs, Rebel basketball to talk about here in this episode. And I do want to remind you, download it, hit the subscribe button if on Google Play, on iTunes, on iHeartRadio. So it comes down, downloads every day, so you get the latest and can just jump into it and be informed of what's going on with sports. And that's what we got for you today. Okay, we'll start you out with the Vegas Golden Knights. Tonight against, on the road, Nashville Predators. Taking on Nashville. They've beaten Nashville twice already. Nashville, of course, is a team that made the Stanley Cup playoffs last year. PK Subban, great, probably the best defensive player in the NHL right now, and an all-star. His brother, Malcolm Subban, plays for the Vegas Golden Knights. It's likely, most likely, I don't see why Marc-Andre Fleury would not be starting in the Nets tonight. Gerard Gallant, head coach, has not said who's going to, but at this point at least, as the recording of this. But most likely it's going to be the future Hall of Famer, former Pittsburgh Penguin, three-time Stanley Cup winner, Marc-Andre Fleury, in the Nets for this matchup tonight. This could be a preview of the Western Conference Finals. I mean, it could be two of the best teams in the West. And right now, Golden Knights, number one in the West as for total points. Just phenomenal what they've been able to do. 61 points right now is what they have at this point of the season. I think the prediction was 70 points, something like that. It was 35 wins was the over and under total, and they're going to blow that out of the water. So here we go with that tonight. And let's see, with Nashville, James Neal, he did not practice yesterday, and I talked to Gerard Gallant at the practice session afterwards with his news conference that he did and asked him why Neal was out there. He said sort of a sinus infection. Something happened in there with the sinuses. But he's still making the trip. So he just took a day off from practice. Should be 100% tonight is the guess, is the speculation. Cody Eakin, and of course he's a former Nashville Predator. He was our number 2 scorer last year. And Cody Eakin has an injury. He was asked, Gerard Gallant was asked at the press conference, upper body, lower body. He said, does it matter? Oh, well, I guess it sort of does. But anyway, he did not give an answer really. And so Cody Eakin is making the trip. He's there. But has an injury of some sort. Not exactly sure what it is, what it was. And so 5 o'clock start Pacific time for the game tonight at Nashville. That's a crazy place for hockey, okay? It's a fun place to throw catfish on the ice. I'm still in favor of throwing Lake Mead carp on the ice here in Vegas, but it hasn't happened yet. Nobody's pulled a carp out and thrown it on the ice. But I think it would serve two purposes. One, it's indigenous here. We have it here. We have Lake Mead carp. If you've seen them, go out on the dock at Lake Mead and feed them popcorn sometime with a big mouse, and they're all over the place. And there's plenty of them. Okay, we need to get rid of a few of them. There's a bunch of them. And it would also honor the great RJ sports writer Steve Carp, a good buddy of mine, who is now writing for the Vegas Golden Knights. But I've yet to see Carp on the ice. And he can skate, by the way. Steve Carp can skate. But I've yet to see Carp on the ice here in Vegas. But we've got to throw something on the ice. And they haven't come up with anything yet. Maybe you need a few years before you can develop that tradition. It's taken Nashville a few years to come up with what they do. Hopefully there will be some catfish on the ice tonight just for fun. And just have the crew. The crew's got to clean some stuff up, okay? More than just snow and ice. Got to go out there, the ice crew, scrape something off the ice that's a little bloody, besides players' teeth. Okay, NFL coming up here. Got the playoffs on Sunday, the Final Four. We are at the Final Four in the NFL playoffs right now, and so the NFC and AFC championships. AFC championship is first. That's going to be Jacksonville at New England, a game on CBS and Channel 8 locally. New England 9-point favorites right now over Jacksonville for all the reasons that you know. And do you hate New England? You know, Patriots fans obviously love New England, and they love the idea that most people don't like New England because they're maybe it's success. It's too much success, but Anyway, but they're the team everybody loves to hate, so there's going to be a lot of Jacksonville fans this weekend, but I don't see how they beat New England. Just don't see that one in the cards. The afternoon game that's scheduled to start at 3:40 is Minnesota playing at Philadelphia. Minnesota is -3, even though they are playing on the road. Wow. Nick Foles, a quarterback. This is Case Keenum against Nick Foles. How about that? The final 4 quarterbacks, Case Keenum against Nick Foles, Jacksonville, Blake Bortles against Tom Brady. So who do you put your money on with those 4 quarterbacks? Okay, the answer there is obvious, is Tom Brady, and New England is the favorite because of Brady and a lot of other reasons. But it's interesting that the theory always has been in the NFL that the great quarterbacks rise to the top, which they do in the end. In this case, they didn't really. I mean, in Philadelphia's case, Carson Wentz, I believe, is a great quarterback, but he was injured, so he's not there. So Nick Foles replaces him. Case Keenum was the quarterback last year for the LA Rams, but he wasn't going to last long when they took Jared Goff as the number 1 pick in the draft. You knew that Jared Goff was going to have to rise to the top, and he did, and he had a great season, but they didn't get past the first round of the playoffs. Just didn't get past the first round. And Jacksonville with Blake Bortles has just, well, their defense has been great. Their defense has just been phenomenal, even though it didn't really give up 42 points over the weekend to Pittsburgh. But I think Jacksonville's defense is going to crank it up this weekend, okay? They had the aberration, which was the mistake against Pittsburgh. They still won that game 45-42. But I still couldn't bet against New England, but I think their defense is going to at least hold strong, maybe even cover the spread in this one. But as for New England moving on, they're likely going to another Super Bowl. How about that? How about that for a crazy prediction? People still talking about the pass and catch Minnesota's 29-24 win over New Orleans in the other NFC game, the NFC game on Sunday. Yeah, still phenomenal. There's a part of me that's sitting here waiting for the NFL at some point to review that play and change it. Yes, 2 days later. Because how long does it take to review a play in the NFL, right? Usually 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. No, but it's taking long. I make the joke that to be ruled a catch nowadays in the NFL, you've got to be able to catch the ball, take it to the sideline, take it home with you, raise it as a small child till at least kindergarten. I'm not saying adolescence because that would be crazy, but at least kindergarten, and then it can be ruled a catch. Now, that would delay a lot of games from being settled. I get that, but at least we're sure that it's a catch. No, points out the ridiculousness of, and it's hurting the NFL. It is affecting the NFL. I think the ridiculousness of not being able to know what a catch is, and whether the person had control of the ball when they went to the ground, and being able to have full possession, and even you examine it in super duper slow motion, and you still don't know. So I don't know in the offseason if they're going to be able to fix that anyway somehow, but they should. Okay, Rebel basketball. They're off tonight, practicing today. They do have a game tomorrow, Wednesday, New Mexico here. So Rebels right now 2-2 in league play. 2 losses at home, 2 wins on the road. A little crazy, I get that, and it comes from just again, I'm going to go toughness. I say it all the time, and I know that's an intangible. I know it when I see it. I know it when I can tell it. I know it. Sometimes it's a forearm shiver to a guy driving down the lane. And I know the game is not as brutal as it used to be. You can't all be Moses Scurry and Armin Gilliam when somebody drives a lane. But still, they could be a little bit tougher than they are. And just does not seem. It almost seems like when guys want to drive the lane against this Rebel team, they clear a path. Like they don't want to get in foul. They don't want to get in foul trouble and don't want to have a problem there. It's like somebody at some point, even if you get, I'm not calling it a game penalty, but don't go slugging somebody. But at least, hit them hard and send a message that there's trouble if they continue to do that. But talented team, very talented team. So we'll see what they can do as they get ready for tomorrow against New Mexico as they play the Lobos here in town. So That's it. That's your sports for this Tuesday morning. Sort of a short Tuesday, short report for you today. I'm Ron Futrell. That's the way I see it. You can find us wherever fine podcasts are given away for free. Google Play, iHeartRadio, iTunes. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button just for fun so it downloads to your phone, your iPad, or your computer, or whatever you've got, your listening device, so you can have it every day. Let's see that. And go to our website, thevegassportscast.com, or Twitter at Vegas Sportscast. So that's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye for now. Have yourself a nice Tuesday. Again, 5 o'clock tonight. You've got Vegas Golden Knights. Second game of the second half of the season. See if they can win their first one on the road in the second half. All right. Bye for now.